part 2 of the first video. Sorry, people, that went over 13 minutes. I didn't even notice. Anyway, so let's continue with Jesse. I see some veterans walking away from the job because the terrain is so rough. So these tough parts that tethering can't get to is given to new guys that don't have a grasp on things. He said, when it comes to safety, Jesse's company has a bevy of certifications, years of experience. As with the many cutters, it's all about positions, understanding what you're getting into and staying attentive. Jesse said that the future is wide open and saying it's a no-show. So we're going to page 12. And this is probably the end of the story. Yep. Signs of slowing down. But I don't want to be too big for my britches. He said, I've seen companies spiral like that, and he added that the company might look into getting a fellow buncher, as many companies at times could use another fellow buncher on their jobs. I like to keep cutting in the area, and for my dad as well. And he and the family have been such a great positive influence. I like to continue that, Jesse said. Recently, Jesse delved into some family history, discovered he's part of the 5-generation group of loggers. With his son showing the interest, Jesse has the perfect idea how to get him broke into the logging and cutting. I'll make him work for Grandpa, he said with a laugh. LW, Loggers World. So basically, Jesse's son, Jason Browning, the timber faller in training, they got a picture of him with of course, I think his dad's freaking, the loggers of that time, they wear tin hats, basically aluminum hard hats, they get in different colors like gray or orange. Me personally, I have, what do I have? I have a tin hat. I have aluminum hard hats are called tin hats, okay? That's what the loggers of the past used to wear, and some loggers still wear them today. The thing is you got the way you look at it in the time period and all that other stuff, it's different from what it is now. Because like if you look at like if you look at Jesse, his family, he comes from a long line of loggers. So do I. But mind you, I'm the youngest generation to be working out in the woods. But it's like I tell people, I'm like, I don't do it. So we're going to read about a family. They're in Alaska, the Tenakee Springs of Alaska. So we're going to read about them. But like I'm going to tell you now, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and comment on my videos. Anyways, let's get to them. And they're called the Chews, not Jews. It's Chews. The Chews. Alright, so let's get to it. Owner Gordon Chew and his family are originally from the Bay Area, but after a visit to Alaska in 1996, they decided the area was something they couldn't pass up. And the Chews moved to the U.S. northernmost state permanently. They moved to Tenakee Springs, which sits in the Alaska Panhandle on the northern part of the Chichagof Island near the Juneau and Stucca. It has 131 residents. Lack of overcrowding was a big attraction for the family. And along with being, so we're going to continue to page 6. Being in the car-free environment away from the gangs and serious drugs, Tenakee Springs was certainly what they were looking for, as access to the town was a big regularly scheduled flights by sea plane or the Alaskan State Ferry. The town has a post office and a regarded mercantile shop. Gordon, who worked as a carpenter and shipwright, began doing work in the general construction, but noticed he was paying a fortune for import lumber. As builders, we faced with the complicated logistics and high cost of freight to receive supplies of lumber, so we started ordering rough sawn from the two mills in Hanahu, and eventually lowered our costs by milling for ourselves, Gordon said. The Chews bought a Woods Miser LT30 for Tennessee resident and got an unusual logging machine in form of a 1-ton 1988 Ford 350 with a Holmes record for yarding logs out of the forest. The Chews took a big step when they were awarded their first contract in the Tongass National Forest, the largest national forest in the U.S., by the U.S. Forest Service for 71,000 board feet of Sitka spruce, western hemlock, and yellow cedar. The agency is very complex and basically not user-friendly. Being so burdened, I believe, by their sheer size, Gordon said, we have been successful on all of our contracts and have never duffelated on anything. So I would hope I just lost my train of thought. Hope that is noted by them. Our timber sale administrator is the best serving an American people in our effort to get established as a business. Gordon and Sterling hauled the logs to the sort yard with their 1973 Kenworth self-loader. They have also constructed a 90-foot-long mill shed. So where are we going now? Gordon's daughter Marilyn does the barge building while supporting the mill logging operations. Gordon's wife Annie Connolly managed the books and the finances. In the logging version of Buy Local, the Chews see the Tongass National Forest as a source of jobs, economy for their town, and with the sustainable logging practices. It's a beauty to as a trip to the forest means you could see black and brown bears, deer, moose, humpback, orca whales, along with the sea otters. Page 9. So we're going to go page 9. I like this. People, this is what I'm going to tell you now. I really like hearing about people working out in Alaska. I always wanted to go to Alaska when I was a kid. I never got the chance to, but you know what? I like hearing stories about people up in Alaska, how they're doing logging up there. Pretty damn interesting myself. So anyways, let's continue. Sea lions and the Pacific salmon. Trees that have stood for 800 years give a true meaning to old growth. The Chews understand this, a 17 million acre forest, as a source of tourism and uses sustainable practices to ensure they can continue to provide jobs and produce products for their area. The jobs are small but high quality wood that is in high demand. People, I would be right back. I gotta pause this. Sorry, people. My roommate had to come in here and use the bathroom. Anyway, so small job, but it's high quality wood in demand for special purposes: home building, cabinet making, furniture, shipbuilding, and even the U.S. Forest Service. Gordon said the sustainable aspect of the operation makes their product more expensive, but the scars they leave are minimal and heal quickly. And I hear a helicopter. quickly, and they won all the bids. They are put in the Tongass National Forest, which can be seen as small as 100 trees each. They see the selective harvesting of Alaskan yellow cedar, Stucca, spruce, and western hemlock as good as for the local ecosystem. The Forest Service uses the policies to lay out the selective timber sales, and 3 to 4 concept is theirs. The Gordon said, "We used to have to stay within 300 feet of the existing logging roads, using cable yarding, and yarding. But now with the excavator, we can build corridor roads using puncheons, which allow us to get further. Opening up the canopy opening up some canopy, allows for the younger trees of the remaining 2/3 of the 2/3 of the sail to get more sunlight, and the Chews hope that in many years in the future those trees can grow and continue to support the Tenakee Springs residents with work. A few years ago, we brought a local environmental activist into the first timber sale that we had ever cut, and noted piles of deer scat every 100 square feet," Gordon said. "The brush," page 10, I'm trying to find it. "The brush, berries, and the trees are all reached for the openings that will leave after the Forest Service selects no more than 1/3 of the trees. Opening up the canopy means bigger trees another 50 years when the next generation of loggers comes back. Southeast Alaska's slow-growing trees, which means a tighter grain and stronger wood. The long growth periods mean unique pattern and shapes. The wood is sought after for kayaks, paddles, and other shipbuilding needs, restoration projects of buildings, and much more. Of the mill's biggest customers, the Trips, Mount Juneau, and Trading Post as artists use TLC's wood to make paddles. The Chews got second mill and getting a special use permit for the Forest Service for the old sort yard and nearby for Connor Bay. They set a new mill up with a model dimension model of a model 127 and are constructing a 90-foot long mill drying shed to house the operation. This means the more local jobs and local products being produced, which bring money back to the local economy. Tenakee Logging's customers include the federal government as the ranger districts and the national park system. Both use their logs and timber. They sell the yellow cedar to shipwrights in Haynes carving shops in Juneau, and providing superior beveled side. Oh, sorry, people, I didn't notice the time. I will be right back. I will make a third video for this. Be right back. Bye.